Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. We are going to be talking about Amazon Relay in this video. This video has been requested many times by you guys, and I finally decided to make it. The only reason why I didn't make it is because I knew it was going to be a long video. We would have to go into a lot of details, and I would have to get ready and get some time for all of that. So this video will be long, and I will separate it with marks in the description of this video. You will see the video marks where we are talking about each topic specifically. So let's start right away. Just so you know, in the video we will be talking about the load board as well, and I will show you what the load board looks like, how to look for loads, and the current pay of these loads. So everything will be included in this video. Just give it some time and be patient with me. I have to start with the beginning of the whole story. So what is Amazon Relay? It's a load board by Amazon that gives opportunity to carriers to transport Amazon freight. This is operated by Amazon, by their people. This is not through brokers, so everything is directly. You get paid directly from Amazon and you deal with them directly. These loads are different than your regular loads. There is not much say in how much you're gonna get paid. Usually it's just take it or leave it. And sometimes you can bid on some loads, but it's probably not going to pay much more. So this is the mindset. You're power only. You don't have your own trailer. You want to use their trailers. You use their load board, and you just look for the best paying option and best paying lane for you as a driver or as a carrier, and that's it, right? That's it. You just pick up a load and go. They do have some requirements. We'll talk about that as well. But basically, Amazon Relay is just another load board where you can get paid directly from Amazon and pull their trailers and get loaded with their freight. Also, Amazon gives you an opportunity to work if you have your own trailer or your own straight box truck. But most people will actually want to use the power only option because this way they don't have to pay for a trailer, and this way they can get access to way more loads because Amazon Relay has way more power loads than live loads. And then also you don't have to deal with unloading and loading with your own trailer. This way you just drop and hook and you just go. And there is so much to talk about in this video. Hopefully I can make it as short as I can. Who qualifies for Amazon Relay? If you go to their website, and that's where you can sign up, relay.amazon.com, you will see here their requirements. You have to have a commercial general liability, not less than $1 million per occurrence. And you have to have auto liability, 1 million. Cargo is at least 100,000. Workers' compensation, if you have it, if you have company drivers, then it's a must. But if you are working with contractors or owner operators, you don't have to have it. That also depends on your state as well, if your state lets you do that. You have to have some basic score requirements with the FMCSA. So these are not that strict, all right? So anyone with a decent score will pass. What else do you need? You have to have an authority that's at least 6 months old. That's the biggest thing. Authority that's 6 months old at least. And then you have to have a valid MC number, carrier entity type, not broker, authorized for property and hire, and then FMCSA safety rating of satisfactory, none, or not rated. So if you have an unsatisfactory rating, you cannot work with Amazon Relay. You can apply through their app or online on their website, and it's a very simple process. They don't ask for much. MC authority, DOT number, company details, payment information, stuff like that. It doesn't take that long to for them to approve you. Now, keep in mind, the driver also has to be approved. If the driver does not get approved in their system, you cannot do loads with that driver. So if you have one driver only, you have to be aware of the fact that the driver has to get approved. And we did have one driver that wasn't approved. We tried to submit it a few times, the application for him, and it just didn't go through. We don't know why. They never told us why. But maybe he was with them before and he did something, and I don't know, honestly. We just stopped. But another driver immediately after that was approved. So you have to ask your driver if the driver has ever done Amazon Relay loads, and if there is something that you should know of why they could not be accepted. Okay. Next, how the scores work. Well, I will show all of this in their load board, but the basic idea about the scores on Amazon is that they rate you. They rate your performance on different factors, and that rating is what will make you or break you. If you have 100% rating, A+, then you can pretty much book contracts, go to auctions, bid on loads, regular loads. You can do all of the things. But once your score starts dropping, then you're going to be losing access to a lot of these things, and scores will drop. And I'll show you how our score dropped because this truck kept breaking down, and there is no excuse in their eyes for you not picking up a load. Once you book a load, then you must pick up that load. Okay, the sooner you cancel it, if you can't do the load, the better for your scores. But still, even if you cancel like 7 days ahead, it will affect the scores, which is, in my opinion, unfair. And it doesn't make any sense if you give them few days or even like couple of days or even a day. If you cancel a load or if you tell them, hey, I can't make it, something like that, no, your score will go down. So if you have more trucks, then maybe another truck could fill in. But if you only have one truck or two trucks that's doing Amazon Relay, then the scores will go down. And what most people will do is they will start with Amazon Relay. They will sign up, and they will have no scores at all, right? Because you're brand new. So once you sign up with Amazon Relay, you can only book loads from their load board. It can be power only or straight box, straight truck, or live loads. But you can't have contracts, and you can't go to their auctions. It will take you like 2 or 3 weeks of booking these regular loads that are paying way less than the contract loads in order to build up that score. So you have to sacrifice some time and some money, because you're not going to be making a lot of money, in order to build that score with Amazon so they can give you access to their contracts. And then once you have like a B+ or A score, then you can book ahead these contracts, and then you can get better rates. If you have a really good score, they will even give you more time in advance to have access to these contracts and bid on them or book them before other people can do so, if you have really good scores like A+ or so. So let's Let's go to their website and then I'll show you some of these things. This is the dashboard. So when you log in into Amazon Relay, you will see the dashboard. Right now, this guy, his truck broke down, I think 2 weeks ago or so, and he's not doing these loads anymore. And because of that, because last week, the last week that he was working, he had a couple of breakdowns, and he had to cancel some of these lanes, and the score dropped to 71% C rating, and now we can only book loads on the load board. We can't book any contracts because of that, just because his truck broke down. But you will see, I'll show you here right now, our history. You will see that we had really good scores this whole time. So he started in July, right? And this is like, these are his gross, this is his gross pay for these months. And he was only doing like local / regional work in Greensboro, North Carolina. And then as you can see here, he was on time this whole time. Overall, for last 6 weeks, he was 100% on time. He was using the app 100%, disruption-free, 100%. And they call this acceptance, right? 71%. And that's where the problem is, because he had to cancel some loads. So if we go to the history here of the scorecard, see like 100% everything. So we're going to go back because he didn't. So this one is 81%. He had 7 rejected loads. Now they put different loads in one lane. So if it has multiple drops, they will say that this is 7 loads, even though it might have been like 2 loads or 1 load with 7 legs. So if we go back week 50, so now we had 100% acceptance and 92% on time. This was okay as well. This was okay as well. This was so same thing. And it's really hard to, and this is only for one truck, right? It's really hard to be on time the whole time, because you will run into traffic. Sometimes it will not record your times correctly. There will be a lot of trucks in front of you when you're checking in. So TQL keeps calling me. And because when you check in as a driver, there is a procedure. It's not like your regular load. You usually don't go to the shipping or receiving. What you do is that everything is automated. Yeah, they have cameras. They have robots. You just type in everything. Camera takes a picture of you. It tells you where to go. Right? Usually you don't even talk to people. Okay. So that was the dashboard. Notifications, it will tell you if there's anything on your account that needs attention. Okay, so here we go. This is trips. So because we didn't have trips for the last 2 or 3 weeks, it doesn't show anything here. If you go in Trezor, this is like what you're currently on. And now if you go to history, you will see your past loads. So if we go like this one, this is where his truck was breaking down, right? And this is what mostly screwed over our scores. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so here in this week he had 2 loads, so his gross was like 4,500. And this week his gross was like 4,000. So if you double click or just click on this lane, then you will see all these legs, and they will specify for each leg up to a cent how much this is paying. And you can even click on this here, and it will tell you everything, where the load is picking up, So all of these are preloaded, and the times, and you can report delays. You can add here, you can add paperwork, right? There's a lot of things here that you can do. Most of the loads in Amazon Relay will have these multiple legs in one load. Like this one has 7, and they will keep changing that. You might accept a load that has like 5 legs, for example this load, and it will be paying $2,073. Let's just say 7 legs, like it's right now. But they may change something down the road, and they do that a lot. So they may add another stop, and they will update the rate here accordingly, or they may delete something. But also, if the driver gets, for example, to this load in Jefferson, Georgia, and they don't have anything, well, this is Bobtail. And if the driver gets to Braselton, Georgia, for example, and there should be a preloaded trailer there waiting, and the driver gets there, and the load is this leg is canceled, or there is a delay, they don't want you to wait there. They're just gonna keep the driver on the road, and they will still pay this, right? This will be paid, and the driver will get notified in the app. The driver has to be, speaking about that, the driver has to be very reliable and on time and communicative. So you can't have a driver that does not want to use the app, does not want to send you updates, or do. It's best if the driver does it in their app, because for this guy, we had an account for him, a separate account where he could just go in and do updates himself, because he's right there in the middle of the night, stuff like that, and he can notify them about delays, any changes, and he can see everything that they change as well. And that's the best way to do it, if the driver can do that in their app. But this driver has to be on top of everything. This driver has to be a runner, cannot mess around, and has to be willing to do this and do all these updates and these little things, upload the paperwork. Sometimes you will go here and you will see a red mark. Maybe the paperwork is not uploaded, something is wrong, then the driver would have to send it to you. So you have to constantly monitor this as a dispatcher to make sure that the driver is not late, that they're not requiring something extra, that they have all the paperwork, and you have to monitor the driver as well to see if the driver is on top of his game. Now, this driver, he has done Amazon Relay before, and he kind of told me a lot of things about this, because I had the account, but we didn't have a driver that was willing to do this. So this driver kind of taught me a lot of things here, and we gave him open hands, and he was doing everything great until his truck started breaking down, and that was out of our hands. Okay, so you will see these weeks separated here. Now, this here does not mean that the driver or you will be paid this amount for that week, because sometimes these loads will not be counted in that week. So, for example, what we do here in Usora Express is we pay everyone Monday to Monday. So whatever they pick up, let's say this Monday, and deliver on next Monday morning, we will pay that to the owner operator on the Friday of that week, right? But Amazon is different. As far as I remember, it was they had different rules for regular loads, and they had different rules for contracts. So depends when you deliver. If you deliver by Saturday night, or if you deliver by Sunday night. So it depends if it's a contract or a regular load board. And the problem is like with one of these loads, you have a load that's 7 legs, And if they don't pay, like if you're supposed to finish the load until Saturday night, and one of these legs is delivered on Sunday, then they will not pay you this whole load. They will pay it next week. So this here does not necessarily mean that they're gonna pay all of this for this week. Same here, same thing here. Like here, he only had one of these loads. Here he had two. Here he had three. This one was canceled. And then if they put in a red X here, then that means something is changed. Like see this one, they canceled these. These three were canceled. And they will tell you that they were canceled. Next is load board. If we go to load board here, let's post something out of Grand Rapids just to show you. So if you go to a post truck option, you can post your truck. But usually we would just go to a search. And here you would go to new search. This year hot loads, whatever. That's no one's gonna give you hot load right now. So origin, let's do Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then we'll do 100-mile radius. And for equipment, let's do power only now. We can do power only, meaning we get their trailer. Usually it's a drop and hook, box truck, or a tractor trailer that's a live load. So for this search, we're going to start first with power only, and we're going to do all of them, right? Because we don't care. If it's power only, we just hook up whatever they have and deliver it, okay? Now we have 22 results. So like this one here, this is Caledonia, Michigan. And this will keep changing all the time. Like you have to keep looking and refreshing because this will keep changing every minute. But the prices are usually the same. So this one is paying $2 per mile. Now, because this is a week of holiday, I'm thinking that they kind of increase their prices a little bit here, because usually these prices are not, they're like $1.30, $1.40, maybe $1.50 per mile. But this week it's a little bit better because of the holiday. So if you look at the right here, this load is picking up in Caledonia at 1:30, delivering tonight at 11 p.m. in Louisville, Kentucky, $7.91, and you can book. There is no option to bid. You just book it and that's it. And then if you go down here, you can see all the information about the load. Okay, everything is here. So it's pretty straightforward. Same thing here. Another one to Louisville. Now we have some like this one is Lansing to Memphis, $1.74, because it's probably it's more miles, so they're paying less per mile. And then 726 miles loaded for $12.63. So these are the rates that we are seeing for Amazon Relay, or even less. Okay. So now here on the left, there are other options, but this is power only. Now, if we go back here and change the equipment, let's do box truck, because a lot of people are interested in box trucks doing Amazon. Now, there is nothing, this is similar, this is from Wisconsin, but let's increase the radius to like 150, okay? So, see, like, they have a lot of these straight truck loads out of Wisconsin and Minnesota as well. So these are mostly from Wisconsin. And as you can see, they're not paying bad. $3 per mile, $4 per mile. But you have to keep in mind that these loads usually will pick up at night and deliver in the morning. So you will have to have a driver, or if you're driving the truck, that's always on top of their game, and that they're willing to pick up in the evening or late at night and deliver all these stops throughout the night and end up in the morning at their delivery. So, and this whole time you have to be updating. So if you are the dispatcher, you have to stay up all night and update the Amazon, or if the driver is updating in the app, then they have to do it. Okay, so let's take this one, for example. That's paying $4 per mile. So this one here, Wisconsin, see, like pick up at midnight tonight in Wisconsin. And it has two deliveries. So 3 stops total. So you go Kenosha, Wisconsin, and then you go to Cedarburg, Wisconsin, delivers 4 a.m. And then you have to be in Plymouth, Wisconsin at 5 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so $408. What's the total mileage? 100 miles, right? So it's not bad. But then most likely, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick up anything that early with a straight truck in the morning. So if you could do 2 trips a day like this in a straight truck, then you should be fine, you know, or even 3 trips. But this is what they're paying, and these are mostly these shorter loads. And most of the time, like, see, pick up at 1 a.m., 1 a.m. That's the problem with these loads, okay? Let's try another location for the, like, Greensboro, North Carolina, for the straight trucks. So Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay. See, like, they have 1,000 results. What if we go down to like 50 miles? Still 70 results, which is not bad. But see, down there, the box truck, they're paying $1.87, $1.72. So down there, see, they're not paying that much, like up here in Wisconsin. But see, like, these are also picking up late, 2 a.m. Man. So now we're gonna go to the live load search option. So if we click here, we can choose tractor and trailer. But here, if you go down there, you can also choose some of this other equipment. Okay, so if we select all, then we will be able to see everything here. And sometimes they will have straight trucks here. So if you want to do a live load with a straight truck, it should show up here like this one right here, 26-foot truck. So these are live loads from Grand Rapids, 150-mile radius. This one is going from Fort Wayne to Florida for $2,085. And that's $232 per mile. So not that great to Florida, but this is Amazon. Here we have a straight truck for $2 per mile, and this is live load. So you may be able to book a live load with a straight truck as well. It doesn't have to be only 53-foot truck. Like, see, there is a 16-foot cube truck as well. These are the ones that you see from like U-Haul when you're moving. So these are those kind of trucks. But if you want to do strictly 53-foot, then we would just select the 53-foot trailer. And then we would be able to see what we have from Grand Rapids. So from Grand Rapids here, usually there are not that many loads that are live loading. It depends on hubs, on different hubs. Like this one here, I've seen this one before. It's like a 1 mile trip in Kentucky for $165. So if you want to do Amazon, your best bet would be to do power only. And if you have a box truck, then you would have to work at night. Okay. Let's go to auctions. Auctions are different. Now, see, like this is 42 loads a week. Okay. And sometimes they will have them, they will have like multiple trucks or multiple drivers involved in this lane or in this contract or in this auction, however you want to call it. We haven't done these a lot, and we only messed with contracts. We did quite a few of them. Now, equipment marketplace here, before we go further, this is different. Like if you have your own trailers and you want to rent your company's unused trailers, you can do it here. Okay, so this one I don't even touch, but contracts are very interesting. So for contracts, you have to have a B score of B or 90% or above. So if we were to do these contracts again, so this one truck would have to do these regular loads for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they would update our scores, our percentages, the averages, and then if everything was okay, we would go to B and then eventually back to A. That's what we did have in the beginning. And then we would be able to book these contracts. So contracts, they will not be available all the time. They have a schedule when they, and they will tell you that. They will have a schedule. Once they are ready, they will tell you a date of the week. I think it was around Wednesday that you would be able to see the contracts for the future. If you have a really good score of like A plus, something like that, you would be able to see these contracts even before the others would see them, as I said before. And then you have more time, you have more contracts to choose from that way. So around Wednesday they would become available, and then you would be able to book them. The contracts are weird. You can book them for 1 week, for several weeks, and sometimes they would require, like you see here, 1 tractor. Sometimes they would require 2 tractors, so basically 2 drivers. I don't see any of those right here. There's one with 2 tractors, and it will tell you the total pay that you're going to be getting for all those weeks. So this one would work from Sunday, and that's how they usually work. They start on Sunday and finish on Saturday, and you would most likely be busy throughout the whole week. It's not like, hey, I'm going to start a contract on Monday, be done by Friday. No, you have to work the whole week usually. So this one here, 3 blocks per tractor per week, okay? So times 2 weeks, where did it go? Where did that one go for 2 trucks? Now I lost it. Well, let's find, okay, here's another one. 5 blocks per 26-foot truck per week times 5 weeks. So 1 block is $4.38. And then they have fuel surcharge, and this is how much they're going to pay for 5 weeks. Okay, this one here. 3 blocks per tractor per week times 3 weeks times 2 tractors per week. So 1 block is $1,200, and plus fuel and surcharge. So this is 3 weeks. You get $21,000, $492 with 2 trucks. Okay, for 3 weeks. So the nice thing about these is that that you're all set for the next 3 weeks. You don't have to worry about anything. You have work booked, and you just do it. The bad thing is that they don't usually pay that much, but like I said in one of my previous videos, this driver that did Amazon, he didn't have to pay for a trailer and the fuel, because these loads tend to be short that he was doing, like regional, local, his fuel was really low. So even with like $4,000-$5,000 gross in a week, he was able to net, between $2,000 and $3,000, sometimes even more than $3,000 a week after everything. So doing something locally or regionally like that, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't great either, but it wasn't that bad. So these are your contracts. Remember, when you book a contract, you have to commit to it. You have to finish that contract. There is no way around it. If you cancel it sometime down the road, your scores will go down. Just so you know. So that's a bad thing about these contracts. Now let's talk about training. There is a training part for these for this load board. Once you sign up, you have to watch a lot of videos in order to unlock some of the features. For example, contracts, you will have to watch some videos, and then even for the load board and for everything else, they will have a lot of instructions for you and for the driver on how to, behave when you're in the yard, the safety for the trucks, for you, for everyone else, picking up loads, giving updates. So there is going to be a lot of training for that. As you can see, it will tell you here what type of work was done for these payments. So this week was contract, this one was spot, contract, spot. So in the beginning, you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks he had to do spot loads in order to build a score, and then start getting access to contracts and learning how to do them and all of that. Then he started doing a lot of these contracts. This is the weekly amount right here, and you can download the settlement with all the specifics. And what's nice about their pay is that once you finish your week on usually on a Saturday night, they will send you on a Tuesday a statement of what your pay is going to be. And then if there is a discrepancy, you still have time to act and contact them and tell them, hey, I think this should have been paid. And we had this a couple of times, and they actually paid it on that week. They fixed it. So on Tuesday, they send you a settlement. You take a look at it. If everything is fine, you don't do anything. On Wednesday, they send you an email that the money has been deposited. And then on Thursday morning, it's in your account. So you don't have to use a factoring company with these loads. And honestly, I think most of the factoring companies may not even want to work with Amazon because you would have to have all of those PODs and bill of ladings that the driver has to send them to you. And some of them don't even know how to bill Amazon. So it's just best to get paid directly. The factoring will not charge you any fees, of course, because it's coming directly, and you get direct deposit for that load for that week, which is really cool. And you get that money, and since our drivers were paid on Friday, that was perfect for me. So on Thursday morning we get paid for this truck, then I release his pay on Thursday, and then on Friday it's in his account. So that's the way it would work as far as the pay goes. I will show you the rewards option here just because it might be interesting to you. And they have this weird rewards thing where they treat you as a paying customer. I don't know. It's like you have different subscriptions. But our current status is bronze because of those two breakdowns that we had. But they have these rewards here, like basic, bronze, silver, platinum. And then based on that, you get different benefits. So now our status right now is this, and you don't get much. And then here, like, it's just... I don't know, like I don't really care about this. It's just like we want good loads, we want good money, and we want to be able to book these contracts. That's what we care. Now, if you need to contact them, you have to go to this. There are a few ways to contact them, but usually there is no one to call. They will call you. There are a couple of phone numbers that you can call. One is 800 number, and one is like a local number in Seattle, in Washington, because that's where they're based out of. And best thing would be just to go to support center, and then you can create a new case. If there's a problem with a load, with anything, you can file a payment dispute if they didn't pay you everything, report delays, stuff like that. And then you have the training here, the learning. Like, look at this. They have 187 available courses. They have everything here. So there's a lot to watch. Some of this is required. Like this one, see, like they assigned this to me. But since right now we are not doing anything with Amazon, so I'm not even going to do those. Another way to contact them is directly from your load. So if we go to trips, and then we'll go to history, find these last two loads, like this one here. So if you go here, you can see all the comments that they made, like when the driver, he was reaching out to cancel the tour due to mechanical issues. So you can add a note here as a dispatcher or as a driver to tell them what's going on, or request trip support, right? So if you are in transit on a current load or something that you just completed, and you need help with the load, they're not giving you the paperwork, the load is not there, you're gonna be late, whatever. You click here on request trip support, and then what's nice, it will record the load numbers. So you can select the common, trip issues, or you can create a new case with something totally new. So you pick like whatever the load is, like this one here, that's the first load. You pick that load, so they know right away which load it is. And then you can pick a reason here, and then you can tell them about the issue. And you can also upload files, submit, and they will usually call you in like 10-15 minutes to the number that you have in your account. They will call you, and then they will, or they sometimes they will also email you. There's also a support email as well. So it's not that hard to reach them out. You just have to do it this way, the way they want. Sometimes we had some issues. We would have to contact them 3 or 4 times for some payment issues. But they were resolved. Amazon will pay you. It's not like they're not going to pay you. The only reason why they might not pay you is because like you don't have the correct paperwork, or it's not legible or something like that, but they will pay you. Now let's talk about pros and cons about Amazon. If you're thinking about working with them, here are some positive things. They have an easy-to-use app as a driver and as a dispatcher. It's very simple and functional. Okay, they have fast payments, like we said. They pay you right away next week, direct deposit. So, like 4 days or so after the week has been completed. There are always loads. So it's not like there are no loads. The loads are always there. So if you want to drive, you will be busy the whole time. You can drive nonstop, right? You can work as much as you want. They have in-app navigation. That's also a nice thing. And the cons are there are a lot of night runs. You have to go straight through. You can't stop a lot. I mean, you can stop, get fuel, things like that, but not just hang out somewhere at the truck stop. You have to go. They have a lot of requirements for your company and for the driver, and a lot of updates that you have to go through. And then the pay rates are not that great. I wouldn't even say that they're average. I would say that they're below average. So that's a big thing. Okay. And another pro is that you don't have to have your own trailer, and you don't have to pay for that trailer, which some people like. All right. Well, thanks for watching. This is Anis from Never Stop Trucking. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you have any other questions about Amazon Relay, we can talk about that in future videos. Again, thanks for watching. Come back for more. Like the video, share it with others, and I'll see you guys around.